You want me to show you where the Holy Spirit is in this picture? What about the Holy Spirit? Here you go, Demetrius. And where did I learn that the 7 eyes, the 7 spirits, are the Holy Spirit? Do you know where I learned that from? You want to be shocked? And Jesus Christ Reign knows this. Maraga, Jesus Christ Reign knows this. He used to be an ex-JW elder who's now on fire for the Trinity, who's a mod on Rumble, and I believe on my YouTube, and a mod for William. Worships the triune God. He's in the Catholic faith. That's why Orthodox do not demonize Catholics, man. You have Jehovah's Witnesses become Catholics. Would you rather them be Jehovah's Witnesses? All right. I learned that from a booklet that's now available on jw.org, that the 7 spirits is the Holy Spirit. I learned it from their writing. I got their booklet, and I read through it, and I was shocked they admitted it. But for the sake of time, let me show you where the Holy Spirit is. Go to Revelation 5:6. And I saw standing in the midst of the throne and of the 4 living creatures, and in the midst of the elders a lamb that seemed to have been slaughtered, having 7 horns, 7 eyes. Now, I've already explained the significance. Let me go quickly. You guys Google it. I mean, not Google it. YouTube, it's there. 7 horns. In Revelation 17:12, a horn is a king. Let me sum up real quickly. A horn is a king. Why does the lamb have 7 horns? Because 7 is the number of completion. How do I know? Read Genesis 1, verses 31 to chapter 2, verse 3. When God created heaven and earth, everything in them, and the last act of creation was the woman, he saw everything was good, and he stopped creating because he finished his work because it was complete. So 7 became known as the number of perfection, completion. 7 horns, meaning that he is a king who has perfect power and authority. Well, if you have perfect power, you lack nothing. Because James 1:4 says, if you're perfect, you lack nothing. Well, if you lack nothing in your power, that means you're all powerful, almighty. So here it's describing the Lamb as the almighty king, whose power and sovereignty are perfect, complete, lacking nothing. Well, what about 7 eyes? And the 7 eyes, what does that mean? He sees everything perfectly and clearly. He's fully aware of all things, and he sees everything clearly, perfectly. His perception is perfect because he's reality. He does not see anything unclearly. So he's fully, perfectly aware of everything. But those eyes are the 7 spirits of God. You know what that means? There is your perichoresis, the mutual, eternal indwelling of the Trinity. Father's in the Son, Son is in the Spirit, Spirit is in the Father. And this tells you the Son and Spirit are inseparable. Where the Spirit is, Christ is. Where Christ is, the Spirit is, because Christ sends forth the Spirit to make us present before Christ so that Christ can be present with us. See that? Because the 7 spirits are all over the world. So that means the Holy Spirit is perfect in his presence, perfect in his knowledge, perfect in his power. And you cannot escape the Spirit because he's wherever you are, because he's already there. Because the entire creation is before the Spirit. And if you're before the Spirit, you're before Christ, because it's the Spirit who brings Christ's presence to us. But where is the Holy Spirit? On the face of the Lamb. But if he's on the face of the Lamb, then the Spirit is not created. So notice, when God and the Lamb are seen distinct from creation, who's also distinct? The 7 eyes, which are on the Lamb's face, and those 7 eyes are the Spirit. So you have the Trinity being uncreated. Which means his sovereignty and power are uncreated. Because as God, he's always possessed power and sovereignty. There you go. So the Trinity there, God on the throne, the Lamb with the 7 eyes, the Holy Spirit united to him, inseparable from him, are separate from every created thing. Right? You tired? See, you just got highlights from it. Here you go. Thank you, brother. If you go to my Rumble, look what Jesus Christ Reigns just posted from the Jehovah's Witnesses. Right here. He just quoted this. Okay. Highlights from the book of Revelation. Since Holy Spirit is given according to what its operation needs to accomplish, the expression, the 7 spirits, he just got the quote, denotes what? The quote. He just got it. Thank you, brother. The 7 spirits denote what? Denotes the fullness of its operation. They just told you. 7 spirits is the Holy Spirit and all the fullness of his operation, and giving understanding and bringing blessings to those who pay attention to the prophecy. That's the Jehovah's Witness interpretation of Revelation. So I wasn't lying. Here it is again. Watchtower, I believe, magazine, right? Paragraph 30, or page 30, I'm sorry. Page 30, paragraph 5. Highlights from the book of Revelation. Highlights from the book of Revelation. Page 30, paragraph 5. Since Holy Spirit is given according to what its operation needs to accomplish, the expression, the 7 spirits, refers to what? Denotes the fullness of its operation. So the 7 spirits are who? Holy Spirit. And it's symbolic in order to highlight the Holy Spirit operating perfectly, fully. That his operations are perfect and giving understanding, bringing blessing to those who pay attention to the prophecy.